Okay, I thought I'd go ahead and do a complete detail strip of this Colt 380. I've seen a lot of people show them on the internet, and I've heard several people, oh, don't take it apart, it's too difficult to put back together, blah blah blah. But you know, sorry, I'm not going to own something I can't maintain. Magazine, gun's empty. Let me just do a quick field strip. Okay, get down to the frame. Let me, what did I do with my screwdrivers? Oh, they're there. Take the grip panels off, just to get a good look inside. Damn non-magnetic piece of crap. I don't know who the hell thought it was a great idea to make a bit driver without a magnetic catch in here. I'm going to glue me a magnet in there and take care of that. Okay, sorry about the interruption. I forgot to change the memory on my camera over. Let me get this other grip panel off of here. Shit. Okay, done with that piece of crap. Alright. We can go ahead and take the magazine catch out. Just like a 1911, just put it in, turn it about a quarter turn, and it slides right out. You want to lift out this, let me get a little bit smaller screwdriver. Lift out the slide stop spring. Watch out, that thing is like 12 bucks if you lose it, if you can find the darn thing. Okay, and this, if you look, I've replaced the trigger, but here's the disconnector. And when it slides not in battery, it just moves the trigger bow down below the sear where it doesn't hit. And if you notice, when you squeeze the trigger, the ejector drops. This is what disengages the firing pin safety in here. So it serves two purposes. It disengages the firing pin safety and also is used to eject the spent cartridge. Okay, you get here, you can rotate. Be careful, sometimes these springs will fly out. This one seems to be captive. You rotate the safety down and stop here. This is your hammer pin. What I do is I push out this pin here, which holds in the sear and the disc and the well, I'm sorry. First things first. Take out this sear spring and the just push up on it until it releases. Well, maybe I need a bigger. Oh, yeah, never mind. You gotta. Yeah, that's stupid. Can't do it with it. Let me put this back into place. Gotta lower the hammer first before you take this out. Just push up on it, it'll pop out of place, and just slide it out. Now this, when you put it back in, this larger leaf goes on the side where the ejector's at. If you notice, the ejector just kind of falls free at that point. Rotate the safety down, and then you just take what is this, a 1/16 inch punch, and you can push this pin out. That releases the ejector. and the sear. Hang on. Okay, interruption number 2. Alright. When you take this out, this part here goes on the same side the ejector goes on. After you push the pin out, the sear, ejector, and the sear pin. Then, at that point, I just push the hammer forward. Just push it forward. What that does is takes the hammer strut, knocks it off the hammer, and you can just pull the hammer pin out, and the hammer drops out. Hammer strut, mainspring, all that just falls out of this cavity back here. And at that point, you can rotate the safety up, and it comes right out. The only thing left to take out is the trigger, and I'm not going to knock it out. You need a cup head punch, a 1/16 cup head punch, and you have to take it out from, it only goes in one way. This hole here in the frame is smaller than this one over here, so when you drive it out from the right side, right to left, when you put it back in, right to left, the pin seems to be the same diameter. I looked, it didn't seem to be bigger on one side, it's round on both ends, so you think it would go in either way. And then, okay, interruption number 3. Alright, this pin will only come out, goes out right to left, and at that point, this trigger bar, this disconnector is just, it just slides in. There's nothing holding it. The spring, the trigger spring, is what keeps pressure on it. There's a spring inside the trigger that keeps pressure on here, and that pushes up. And that's a detail strip. I mean, there's not, like I said, you can take the hammer out, the trigger out, but I'm just not gonna. I don't have the right punch right now. I borrowed a friend of mine's when I replaced the trigger, so. And then putting it back together is not super hard. I mean, take the mainspring and hammer strut, it goes in. Take the safety, put the safety in, rotate it around. Now you've got this. Okay, well, I don't know. Maybe sometime next year I'll get this thing finished. Okay, put the safety in, just let it hang. Put the hammer strut in, down there. You can see there's a little seat down in there. It just sits in. This is probably really the only tricky part. Take the hammer, rest it in the notch on the strut, and you've got to push down and get the hammer pin through there. You can angle it forward a little bit. I just sit there, kind of look at it this way, get it close, and then it slides right in. You got the hammer struts in place. At that point, you can take a small screw. Now, be careful with this. The ones that aren't captive, you put this small screwdriver on here. The one on my SIG, it slipped out, almost put my eye out. So, push down and just rotate that up. That'll stay in place. That'll keeps the hammer from going back. Excuse me. Well, I take a pair of tweezers. This can be just a little bit tricky, but it's not too bad. Take the sear. Okay, sorry about that. Take the sear, and it goes in the pistol like this right here. What I do is I hold it with a pair of tweezers, and I take the pin and bring it up, bring it in, line it up with the hole, and start to pin through. Then you can let go of it. Well, let go a little early. Get the holes lined up. Push the pin through, then flip it over from this side. Push down on it. You get the pin partially through. At that point, you can take the ejector, just hold it down in there by hand. Gotta get the pin out a little bit. Oh crap. Hold the pin just on the other side of the sear. And then and take the ejector, slide it down in here. You can use some light. Use some light, get the holes lined up, and then push the pin through. Now you got that thing will swing free, but you've got the sear in place in there. Now you can put the sear spring and just simple. You put it inside the frame, bring it up to the frame, put it behind the sear. Well, you gotta take a screwdriver, push the sear back towards the hammer as you slide this in behind it. Sometimes it takes 3 hands, but there, get it in behind it. Just work it up. Well, yeah, maybe it does take 3 hands. Okay, start over. Hold the sear up out of the way. It always goes better together until you get it on video, and then after that it just goes to shit. Okay, let's start over. Okay. Okay, I got it laid in there. Move the sear back. There, get it behind the sear. Well, it got in front of the sear. Jesus Christ. Yeah, there'll be some editing done on this video, that's for damn sure. Okay, get the sear out of the way. There we go. I guess that's why they tell you not to take this thing apart. I went and had it apart twice, and it went back together fine both times. There. Got it in behind the sear. Took a little ingenuity. I'd take a small screwdriver. Just push down. Push down and go back with it. Just push down and then slide it back. It goes right in this notch. And that right there engages at that point you can swing the safety back in the way. At that point you can, oh great. Let's take this off again. The hammer popped off of the hammer strut.